Good morning and welcome to the Morning Expresso by the Indian Express. My name is Rahil Philippos and let's get you started with the day's big story. In the second leg of his Europe trip, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Denmark. He met his Danish counterpart Mette Frederiksen, who hoped that India will influence Russia to end the war in Ukraine. We share many values, and in times as these, we need to build an even stronger bridge between us as close partners, she said after their talks. PM Modi, who did not mention Russia in his statement, appealed for an immediate ceasefire, calling for diplomacy and dialogue. And now for our stories exclusive to the Indian Express. In an explained live session, C. Raja Mohan, visiting research professor at the National University of Singapore, talks about the diplomatic challenges India faces after the Russia-Ukraine war and how it will have to redraw existing equations. And now for our stories from the front page. As the Congress prepares for its 3-day Chintan Shivir beginning May 13th, a 12-second video shared by the BJP, purportedly from the wedding of Rahul Gandhi's friend in Kathmandu, has the party scrambling for damage control. Many of his party colleagues have long been worried about the image of Rahul as the reluctant and absentee leader, the cherry topping for his critics. His foreign trips are usually cloaked in secrecy. A curfew was imposed in 10 police station areas of Jodhpur in Rajasthan, and mobile internet services were suspended as communal tension mounted in the city. Two communities clashed late Monday night over the hoisting of an Eid flag over the statue of a freedom fighter, the police said. Tuesday morning, fresh clashes erupted between police and members of the Muslim community, according to the officials. Asian Games' organizers in the Chinese city of Hangzhou have put plans in place for a strict, closed-loop system similar to the one that was enforced during the Beijing Winter Olympics in February, officials from two continental sports federations told the Indian Express. While it was reported last month that the Games may be delayed in view of the COVID-19 surge, the Olympic Council of Asia recently informed that there will be no postponement. Now let's move on to the day's must-read stories. 10 matches have been excised from the much-contested numbers of cricket's first superstar W.G. Grace, as they have been deemed not to be of first-class nature. Grace, who played from 1865 to 1908, was a great cricketer surrounded with controversial tales off the field of kidnapping opponents and bullying umpires. This law has finally caught up with W.G. Grace after 150 years, Lawrence Booth, the editor of Wisden Almanac, says in jest about his decision to amend Grace's statistics this year. The US Supreme Court has decided by an internal majority to overturn Roe v. Wade, the court's landmark 1973 judgment that made abortion a constitutional right, Politico reported on May 3rd. We explain the judgment, its significance, and who may have leaked the draft decision. Meanwhile, in our opinion section today, Pratap Bhanu Mehta writes on the catastrophic heatwave gripping much of South Asia. You can read his opinion on the IndianExpress.com website. Several states across the country have been grappling with widespread power outages. The Indian Railways has cancelled 753 train trips till May 25th to prioritize the delivery of coal for power generation. What is behind the ongoing power crisis in the country? It appears large outstanding dues of power generation companies to coal companies may play a role. Sources said Coal India reduces supply of coal to powerhouses from states with high dues when there is inadequate production or there are not enough railway rakes to meet the demand. And finally, it took a red motorcycle, 200 CCTV cameras and a metro card for the Delhi police to link the murder of a businessman inside his civil lines residence to the culprit, a 16-year-old boy. The boy was caught when he used the same metro card that he had a day before allegedly killing the 77-year-old businessman. Another suspect, who also claimed to be a minor, was nabbed later in the evening. And that's all for today's Morning Expresso. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the Indian Express's YouTube channel for the latest news updates.